So now in this video, we're going to go quickly over the 7402 integrated circuit. So this is the 74HC02. So all of the ones in this kit are HC. I also have the LS. So HC is for high-speed CMOS, and LS is for low-power Schottky. So in any case, this integrated circuit here has 4 NOR gates. So it's a quad NOR gate and 2 inputs right there. So they're labeled A and B. So we're just using this top one up there. So pin number 1 is the output, and the LED is on. So the truth table for the NOR gate. So when it comes to logic gates, the truth table lets you know what you can expect of the output based on what the inputs are. And so right now, the inputs are actually held low. I have resistors, pulled down resistors to the negative rail, holding it low. I find it's not good to leave the pins floating there. And they kind of act like a capacitor. They kind of store the charge that you last left them. So in any case, these resistors are to the negative rail. That's also to the negative rail. I have these switches over here. You can see that on the other side of the switch from where these jumpers are, we are to the positive rail. And so we'll zoom back, look at the truth table again, and so they're both low. The output is high right now, so it's going to ground right there. I hit one button, and there you can see the LED turned off, so it went low. I'll hit the other button, again it went low, and again I can hit both buttons and it stays low right there. So now we don't have to put the output to the negative rail. We can take the LED here, and so I have the short lead, the cathode of course, to that jumper there, long lead the anode to that resistor. We can come here and put the long lead, the anode, to the positive rail right there, that little jumper. Short lead is up 1 row, and we can just shuffle this resistor over. This is a 470 ohm resistor, by the way. We're using a 5 volt power supply, and you want to use a 5 volt power supply with these. I should mention that really quick. So now the LED is off. That is because the output's high. We got high there, high there. We need it low for current to flow through, and there, now you can see that when the output goes low, the LED turns on. So you can wire it either way, where the LED is on in this case, if the output's high, or low, based on the rest of the wiring of the circuit. So now the schematic symbol is an OR gate with a dot at the output to indicate that the output is inverted from an OR gate. So usually the OR gate, if both inputs are low, the output is low, but if one or the other or both are high, then the output is high. So we inverted the output. We have the opposite output. That's what the dot means. So as you can see here, this integrated circuit has 4 of these circuits within them, the NOR circuit right there. And so to wire this up, first I think it'll be easier to wire the switches. So looks like the switches do a good job just if you have them give a full positive signal right there. And so we'll put these 2 jumpers to that part of the switch to go across there. And now when I press the button, the switch will give a high signal. And we don't want to leave the pins floating. I do have the power on, and in fact, while I have the power on, I think we'll test this a little bit with the floating pins. And so we will do the load next. So it's a little more common for the load to go to the negative rail than the positive rail. So we're going to grab the LED here and turn it this way. So the short lead, the cathode, is to that jumper. Long lead, the anode, is up 1 row. And we will take our resistor to the output right there. And I don't know why, but for some reason Y tends to be used to indicate the output quite a bit with these. So in any case, there you can see we have nothing going on right now, and even when I hit the button, maybe these jumpers aren't in far enough. right there. So okay, I think actually it's probably holding a positive voltage. So we'll get our other resistors there to the negative rail, and I'm off a spot here. That is the problem. Okay. There we go. So we have that, and it's actually working okay when I hit the buttons right now without the pull down resistors, and so that's actually good. But it doesn't always. Sometimes you got a stray signal that kind of throws it off. So we're gonna take now the resistors and put them to the negative rail. You're going to notice the green LED get brighter. So actually, it looks like we do have a stray signal. It's just kind of bouncing off and on, probably about 60 times a second. And again, to the negative rail right there. So I left in that little blooper that I was off a row because that happens quite often. In fact, before I started filming this, I could not get this circuit to work right, and apparently, I think I ran into this before. I use this part of the board a lot, and I'm pretty sure that one of the holes I was depending on was failing me, and that's why it wasn't working. As soon as I moved the integrated circuit down here, it started working fine. But there you can see the output's high, unless we give one or the other. You could have more than 2 inputs if you have the right integrated circuit. I may have one. I'm trying to get to all of my integrated circuits and do videos and make a web page on them, and so I'm not an expert on them. I'm also learning more about them myself, but this particular one is a 2 input, and quad stands for 4 of these 2 input NOR gates right there. And the LS version, the low power Schottky, has other properties, so I'll make a separate video on that one, but I'm going to put that on the same page as this one. As I learn more about them, I'll add more info. But always check the data sheet for the particular one you're using. So in any case, hope you found the video interesting. Again, I'm not an expert on these. I'm learning about them, and so I'll do an updated video later on. But in any case, I still think this is pretty cool. I like these integrated circuit kits, and so they cost, you know, like $15–$30 depending on where you get them from. So in any case, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll post some other videos. Make sure you check out any you're interested in. Click subscribe, and also make sure you click the bell so you get notifications of all my videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.